Hi, I am back in my workshop. I'm sorry that I missed it yesterday. Honestly, it's becoming kind of a ritual to do these lives, and I'm happy that they're working now. At least it seems, looks like it. But anyway, I'm sorry that I didn't do a live yesterday, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do a live directly from Milan. And as I told you in my live on Monday, yesterday we had a very exciting prize event from Métier d'Excellence, which is the French part of what we're working with, which is the Italian part, obviously, because I'm based in Italy, and it's from the group, from Louis Vuitton Group, and they are doing this to like showcase how many amazing artisans are in France and now Italy. So it's a new thing. This was just the second edition this year, and it was absolutely lovely. We went there, we were in Milan. I don't like Milan. I just don't like it as a city, but the place where we were was lovely. And we stayed there from like 4:30 until midnight-ish, 11 something. And we met like a lot of people, a lot of creatives, a lot of really lovely people. It was great. It was a great event. We had great food. Yeah, it was great, but I didn't win. Yeah, so we had 3 categories. One was for like established artisans, like artisans that had a career longer than, I don't remember how many years, but longer. For people who had their company for less than 5 years, which is me, so we were emerging. And then it was a category for innovation. I really need to sneeze. I'm trying not to sneeze on camera, but it's hard. Okay. So the woman who won was doing like lace, like intricate lace work that you do with like knots rather. It was really beautiful. So, and she was such a lovely lady, like she was 70, and it was like first prize, and she was so overwhelmed, and she was like with tears in her eyes. It was just the sweetest thing. I didn't even like feel sorry for myself, honestly, because she was just so sweet, so sweet, and she absolutely deserved it. So I'm happy. I mean, I would have liked to win. Who wouldn't have? But she was the loveliest person to lose to, honestly. So, and I met some people who said they'd like to like collaborate with us. So we'll see if I gave them like my contacts. We'll see if they'll ever like contact me. I should have gotten their contacts, I realize now, but I was really overwhelmed by everything. Like they had a makeup artist, and there was a photo shoot with 2 different photographers, and then there was like photo shoots together, and then photo shoots alone, and then there was an interview that was filmed, and I don't even know where this content is going to go and if I'm ever going to see it. So that's weird. But anyway, hopefully I'll see it, and hopefully the pictures are going to look good. Fine-ish. Better than I look today. Because after all of that, and yeah, I'm not working because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I will start working. Just give me 5 minutes. Because after that, we came back from Milan, and this morning we had to pack everything at like 7 a.m. to ship it to Philadelphia, where we're going to have a show in November. And so I slept maybe 3 hours, maybe less than that. And yesterday I barely ate because I was talking to everyone, and today we ate like shit stuff because we didn't have time to go grocery shopping. But you know, this is actually what being an artisan looks like in the best situation. So I won't complain about it, I promise I won't. And I don't have my apron on again just because I broke it on Monday and I didn't have time to fix it because I wasn't in my workshop. And to make things better, and I'm still filing this. To make things better, here we have a storm alert, and this morning was pouring. I've never been in this kind of rain before. And this is obviously all climate change. We never had these kind of extreme events here. We had some very hot summers, sometimes maybe like 4 or 5 days, but this summer we had like a month that was extremely hot, and then we have this like torrential rains, and it's so because we had a very big flooding 2 years ago, and so many people like lost everything in their houses. We went to help people clean their houses from the mud, and there was like after a week there was so much mud in their houses, and everything was like nothing could be salvaged. They were throwing away all the stuff because it just smelled of like wet and like fish. It was awful. So yeah, it's not going to be as bad, but we have an alert for tonight, and this morning has been raining really, really, really hard. So when I was actually working with this lovely guy who went to collect my stuff, which weigh around like 400 kilos, so it's not like something that I could just move it and give it to him. So I was basically, he arrived, I was late, so I was sitting on this like huge wooden, I don't know what's it called, like, I don't know, casket. Is that only for dead people? I think it is. I think that's not the right word, but it's cassa in Italian, and so my brain is trying to find the English word. Anyway, like a box, like a big wooden box, and I was sitting on it trying to drill all the nails in it, because I was closing in. I was late, obviously, because I couldn't close on a Monday because some bits weren't finished. So we went to collect them this morning, and so he arrived and he was drenched. He was absolutely, completely drenched, and he like walked maybe 10 meters under the rain. And then I had to go from like in and out of my workshop because the box was so big that it didn't fit in my workshop. So I had to, fortunately enough, we had another place that was like closed. And we went, and I had this box there. So I was going back and forth, and I was absolutely, completely wet, completely. Like my clothes were soaked in water. Like I'm not even wearing my clothes, but I'm wearing like some of Marco, who's like disconnecting now all the electrical devices because we're preparing for flood tonight. We have all the, well, I don't think you can see them. No, you can't. But we have all the windows because we're on ground level. We have all the windows with like sand and stuff to prevent the water from getting in. We hope it's not going to get that bad, but honestly, better safe than sorry. So we bought the sand, and because I wasn't tired enough today, we moved the 25 kilos sand bags everywhere. So we have like we have like 18 sandbags, 25 kilos each. So basically it was harder than going to the gym for me. I don't go to the gym. I do like yoga and Pilates, I'm not saying that they're not effective, they absolutely are, but I don't do weightlifting, so 25 kilos for me is quite a lot. I'm also like quite tiny, so anyway, so this has been my very exciting day. That's also why I'm recording a bit earlier today, because we need to leave here before it starts raining, and I don't know if I'll be able to do a live tomorrow because of the rain. And if it's raining too much or if it's flooded, we won't be able to come to the workshop, and fuck, that's going to be absolutely terrible. If the water gets inside the workshop, we're going to be fucked, honestly. I've seen what the water does and what this kind of muddy, horrible water that comes from just everywhere does to your house. It just never goes away. Like, it's absolutely terrible. So I really, really, really hope it doesn't happen. I really hope. Anyway, so yesterday, I don't know if you want to know about this, but maybe you've never been to like a prize. It was my first time, our first time. So we went to this like craft prize, which was quite lovely. There were all the 8-9 finalist pieces that were there, and then everyone could like see them, ask questions about them. So I got to talk about my tiara, which will be in my hands, I think next week. And it's still in Milan and can be viewed for like the rest of the week. Yeah, so it will be back in my hands, and I will show it because I haven't showed it to anyone yet because it was so, I had to finish it so quickly to make it eligible for the prize that I just didn't have time even to take like pictures and stuff. So yeah, but we had, every artist had their piece there, and they were really, really nice. I think some of them were better than others. Oops, sorry. But that's just my personal preference. And I think that there weren't many things made by young people. So I don't really consider myself young because I'm 30. And I'm not saying that 30 is old. I'm just saying that I think that I'm like on the upper level of young, and I think that if we want to promote work for and these kind of jobs like being an artisan for young people, we need to give them a bit more space and a bit more recognition. So yeah, I was a bit sorry about that I was like the youngest one, and I mean I'm going to be 31 this year, so I'm not that young anymore. But yeah, that was the only thing. The rest of it was yeah, lovely. Everyone asked questions. I got to talk about my piece for a long time, which honestly is lovely. Having people asking questions about your stuff, asking how you made it, why you made it, what was the idea behind it, and sharing your vision with other people is really nice. It overwhelms me so much. I think I'll stop like talking to anyone for the next 3 or 4 days because it was so stressful. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I really like talking about my stuff. I think it's one of the things that I love the most. But it's also very stressful because I feel very awkward, and I like flush a lot, and I start giggling, and I feel I don't look professional in any way. And then I start talking about my stuff and I relax, and I realize that I know like fucking loads about what I do. And then it's all like good, but then I start talking with somebody else and it all, begins from scratch. So I blush and I'd be like, thank you, sorry. I'm Italian, but I'm half British. So I don't know how to take a compliment. So other than saying thank you, it's like, oh, your work is great, that's amazing, I've seen that and you did something so beautiful. I'm like, thank you. And I don't know what to say. So there was a lot of that yesterday. And obviously there were many people that were saying that just because, just to be kind, which is nice. I mean, I'd rather have people that are kind and don't want to hurt my feeling than people that approach me just to say that what I did was shit, Either you have a constructive comment, and those are the people that I really, really like. People who take the time to look at your stuff and give you a constructive criticism. I love those people. I absolutely adore them. I could go on talking with them all night, but it's very hard to find those people. And even when people are like that, I think they need to know you a bit before they tell you, yes, this is great, but you could have done this better, which is what I would have liked to know. Like, it's fine that I haven't won. That's absolutely fine. And as I said, the lady who won was the most like adorable old lady that I've ever met. And she loved her her job, her lace, it was, yeah, she was lovely, absolutely lovely. But still, I would like to know why I didn't win, what wasn't up to par, what wasn't good enough, what I could do better, what I could improve, and all of that. And said nobody's telling me. And so, yeah, that's my only issue. I would like people to say, like, hey, these are the 3 winners, because it was 3 categories. So these are the 3 winners, and this is an envelope for the other, for the runner-ups, telling them why they didn't win. You know, I know that can sound harsh, but that's the only way of improving and growing, in my opinion. Because when I work with my stuff, I look at it every day, and even people who are around me, they still know me. They know why I did something, how I think about that stuff, and why I like it, why I think it's beautiful. And so they can't be unbiased, while like complete strangers who just see your work, they can really give you an interesting point of view. It doesn't mean that's right. It doesn't mean that their point of view is better than yours. It doesn't mean that their point of view is interesting even, but it's just a point of view that's different from yours. And I would just love, you know, if you are a random, if you just want to give me random comments on whatever I do, so whether it's my website, my Instagram account, whatever, if you want to have that conversation, you know, I'd love to have that. I honestly love to have that. What I don't appreciate is people just wanting to talk shit about other people. That's something that's completely useless, and I really don't appreciate that. But people who tell you how to improve, those are precious. And I would like a jury to be that kind of precious force. Because if they really want to help artists improve, that's what they should do, honestly, in my opinion. But I also know many people who wouldn't want to hear that. So maybe they should ask, like, do you want to know why or not? And you could put that like in the application. I don't know, maybe they wouldn't give you an interesting feedback anyway. If they had to do it, maybe they wouldn't give you feedback anyway. So, I don't know. I just would like that feedback. This flower is so hard, and you can't see it, but even when I'm filing, I'm taking away so little gold because this is so hard. And if you've never worked with metals, you don't know this. But each metal feels so different in your hands once you develop a certain kind of sensibility to it. And 18 karat gold is wonderful. It's the best metal, in my opinion, to work with. It's amazing. It just files beautifully, it bends beautifully, it rarely breaks. It's not too soft, it's not too hard. It's just like perfect. And this is 9 karat, which is much harder and a bit more brittle. So when I work it, I have to heat it up a lot more because otherwise it can break. And it files, I know this sounds weird, but it files in a way that's much drier. So the like flakes of gold that come out are smaller than the ones that come out from 18 karat gold. And there are some metals, like I've never worked with platinum, and not a lot at least, but one of the things that one of my teachers taught me when I was in goldsmith school, it was that platinum is sticky. And there are some alloys I've worked with that are actually sticky. So when you file them, it just gets, it's I don't know how to make you understand, but I think that people who have worked with these metals will understand what I'm saying. It is just sticky, and this is just really dry. But yeah, I'm happy to be in my workshop. I think tonight I'll just go home and sleep because I'm incredibly tired. And hopefully I'll manage to sleep even knowing that everything here could be flooded, and tomorrow I may enter my workshop and find water in it. And oh, scary. It's really scary. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to, I just don't want to think about it, honestly. If that happens, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. But yeah, now that I've finished all my work for this fair in Philadelphia, I actually will have more time at the bench, which I'm really, really happy about, because I want to finish these earrings to bring them to Philadelphia. And I also have 3 commissions that I need to finish in the next month or so. And then, and then I'm going to have Christmas, and we all know that that's a busy period, so yeah. And I also have to do some earrings, like some small studs to bring to Philadelphia, because I think those are going to be like super pretty. But yeah, it's weird because I'm really, really tired, but I'm really, really energized by yesterday. So I'm like, yes, we can do this collaboration with this person. I met this person, we can do a collaboration with that person. And then, like, usually they don't, not all of them become anything interesting. Most of them just stay, they're just spoken words and they just stay there. But some of them, I think if you try hard enough, they do become reality. Like, I would really like to do a pop-up shop with one of the people who were there. It's a group of young women who are working with artisans. They have an e-commerce. It's called Tadan. And they are doing such an incredible job. I think what they do with artisans is great. It's not exactly, my problem is that I'm as you can see, I do everything by hand, and I'm a true artisan, but I also work with gold, and I do stuff that takes months to create. Like the crown that I proposed took about 500 hours to create. So, you know, it's like 4 months, something like that. It took 3 years, but around 500 hours. So I can't really like sell it for nothing. So it's gold, it's diamond, and it takes a lot of time, so it's expensive, and I don't want to be ashamed of it, about asking money when there are like super huge companies that ask for a lot of money with giving no value. Like literally they're selling for hundreds of euros something that's like brass and plated gold, or even not even like thickly plated, just a small layer of gold over it, and they're selling it for hundreds of dollars. I've seen them for thousands of dollars. And yeah, so I won't feel bad about having high prices. It takes a lot of time to do what I do. It took a lot of time to learn doing what I'm doing, and so my time is not less worth than anybody else's. So, you know, I'm not ashamed of that. But I would like to find a way of collaborating with them, even if they're like target audience. I think it's more like young people who really like artisanship and prefer buying from an artisan than buying from like Zara or H&M or Shein or whatever. And I think I would really like to have a conversation with those people, because even if a person can't really afford or doesn't want to just spend this amount of money on jewel, which is absolutely fine, and I mean, I don't spend that amount of money in jewelry, so I understand it. But I still think that learning and talking about being an artisan and putting a lot of time and effort in one specific thing and creating something that is not necessarily only for the market, but it's because you want to do it. It's your art. It's what I've been like I was one of the 9 finalists yesterday night because of that, because I made something. It took 3 years, but I made something that it's not made for the market. It's made because I thought it was absolutely stunning. And I think that has value, and I would like to share it with other people. So I would like to have, I mean, it would be very expensive to have like a bench brought to Milan. They work mostly in Milan, but I could go anywhere. It would be expensive to have like all my tools and a bench brought there and work there, but I don't know, we could do some like an exposition, but also some workshops, some, I don't know, I'll have to think about it when I have more than 3 hours sleep in my head. But I'm happy. I didn't win, and I thought I was going to be sad about it, but it was a wonderful night, and we ate good food, not a lot of it, because I was scared that it was going to like stick between my teeth, and then I would have a conversation with somebody I didn't know with stuff on my teeth. That would have been embarrassing. So I ate a little bit of it, but what I ate was really good. And yeah, it was just really nice. I don't know, when something didn't go according to plan when I was like at university, my stomach would like sink, and I would have a bodily experience of delusion and sadness. And you know, when like the floor falls a bit from underneath you and you feel like, oh shit, what's happened? And yesterday I really honestly didn't feel that when they didn't call my name. I was just, okay. I'm happy for her. She's lovely. She deserves it. I would have deserved it as well, but she deserved it. And that was it. I kind of, because we had a 3-hour car ride, I actually thought about it quite a lot, and I like waited for the sadness to come in and think that I maybe have lost an opportunity, or what I could have done better, what I could have done differently, and all of that. But that never arrived. So yeah, I'm happy. I have a lot of energy. I will, like, the moment I will like leave here, I will fall asleep in 5 minutes. But yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, and you're still happy. I wouldn't, like, my younger self wouldn't believe that, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just tired and tomorrow will be really sad. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just go and get some food because I'm really hungry and really tired. And hopefully tomorrow you'll see me and my workshop won't be flooded. I hope so. If you don't see me, it means probably that the workshop is flooded. And send a nice thought in my direction, please. I mean, there are so many worse situations in the world, so probably they should have the priority. Well, not probably. They should have the priority, but if you have some spare thoughts, send them our way. Hopefully it doesn't flood. And yeah, I'm gonna go home. It's so early for me, but I'm gonna go home and cook something to eat. Probably I won't cook, I'll just have a girl dinner, which is gonna be like cookies and, well, not cookies, like biscuits and tea, or biscuits and milk. I don't know what I'm telling you this. This is complete, I know it's useless, but anyway. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm gonna go home. Bye. I don't know if you can see me when I'm here, but anyway, bye.